Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Children of Morta. I hope you're all doing okay. Now, in this episode we've got a cutscene straight away to start out with, so let's just look at that.
Hut no longer hosted the bustling markets and many carnivals that it used to, a fact that frustrated Linda to no end. Uncle Ben had heard from peddlers and other travelers out of Hut that its ruler Bushra had left the day-to-day governing of her realm to a thief. The Bergsons had to find the criminal and teach him some decency.
So I believe they're talking over there about the first boss in the City of Thieves. I forget what the exact name of the boss is. The Prince of Thieves or something to that effect. We've already had 2 attempts against him. Failed both of them. Came pretty close both times, but couldn't quite get over the last bit of health we needed to take down. But that's okay. We are, of course, fairly light on upgrades in the workshop. There's a lot we could have done. We've mainly, or I should say I've mainly, I don't want to implicate you in the questionable decisions that I've been making, but I've been focused mainly on just improving this so that we can rapidly increase the amount of gold we get, and then I'm going to be improving this to level up quicker, and then after that I'm going to be getting, stuff that actually helps in combat. So, last episode we went with Lucy into Hut. We failed, and I said we're going to split this up with 1 attempt at progress, followed by 1 attempt at mopping up loose ends in old areas. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the Caldipo Caves, to the 3rd region, and we're gonna go in and we will go with whoever is at the lowest level. Mark is level 9. John and Kevin are both level 6. I like Kevin a little more than John. So I'll go with John first, just to get this session with him out of the way. And we'll just see what we can do. I predict this is going to be a nice, relaxed session. Combat might get tense, situationally, but we've already beaten this area. I'm only looking for special encounters. And as long as something we can avoid, total catastrophe, so as long as we can reach the boss, I'll be happy. We don't necessarily have to kill the boss, because we've already done that prior, in a prior episode. In fact, we've beaten the boss a couple times. Both times, I have to admit, I got lucky. Once because of a well-timed Guardian Rage with Linda, and once because I just happened to have a useful companion, the ranged companion, when I went in with Mark, who did all the damage in that fight. So, we're just gonna be picking up runes and getting the codex entries, which is itself a kind of progress, although there isn't any achievement tied to it. It's just I like filling up codexes. Now, we did level up. We were close to leveling up when we started. We get another skill point. Do we want to improve anything? More thorns damage on our shield? Or longer Guardian Rage? Or 1 more level and stronger Heaven Strike? My vote goes to 1 more level and stronger Heaven Strike. Will we gain that level in this? Wow, that was pretty badass effect on our Heaven Strike from the rune. I think... Oh, whoa. I didn't realize something was damaging me. Oh, this guy! I didn't even realize him. I was like, I'm pretty sure these spiders can only slow you down. But that guy was just hanging out there, just camouflaged. Either that or I have terrible eyesight. It's probably the latter. Okay. Now that I have the thorns on my shield, okay. It's still annoying when you have two ranged enemies kind of running interference for each other. You go to fight one, and then the other guy's shooting at you from behind. You're getting health at pretty nicely regular intervals. That I'm happy about. And I'm gonna go to the left, see what we find. Okay.
Steps were taken without regret, for it was never possible to change a destiny unknown.
Whatever you say, narrator. What a surprise. What a surprise. We failed again. Oh, let's just take this guy down. Okay. At least we got a bit of experience for killing those enemies. I'm even tempted to save my Heaven's Strike for strong enemies. Oh, God, I thought I got my shield up in time. But honestly, Heaven's Strike is one of the main ways of damaging, so if I opted not to use that, this would be a very, very slow run. Okay, let's just wait for these guys to shoot. That was well timed. Got a bit of a kill streak bonus as well. Had I reacted and killed a bunch more enemies in time, we could have even improved that kill bonus. But oh well. Oh well. Sure, let's take these enemies down methodically and move back. Regenerate our stamina. I feel like John would be a much more suited to my tastes if he had more stamina and was able to tank for a while. But as it stands, look how quickly his stamina just disappears the moment you get hit by basically anything. So he's a tank, but a pretty fragile tank. Must be well, I mean, I was trying to make a joke about which country builds the least well-armored tanks, but I'm not as big of a World War II history buff as I used to be. Was it the Soviets? I've read that their tanks didn't always have the best armor, but maybe I shouldn't be talking about stuff that I don't really know about. Okay. Next, let's just look at the map. Making sure we're not leaving anything behind. Let's take... Oh, I nearly forgot this... And I nearly neglected that little thing. Okay. And this as well. Okay. I think we're doing fine. You have shown up. I'm happy to see you because killing you just gives me a bit of easy experience. Already our rune has run out on our Heaven Strike modifier. That's okay. I'm sure we'll find something else, and even if we don't, we will be improving Heaven Strike itself the moment we gain another level. Alright. One thing I wanted to make note of was, as I was reviewing the footage of my last session, so my last 3 episodes all happened in the same session. well, on the same day. I took breaks in between, but mentally, it felt in many ways like the same general exercise. So I really had to take a break for a couple days and then look back in order to reflect in a truly objective manner on
Something more sinister would be appearing soon.
a boss is gonna show up. We're just gonna wait for them to summon it. Ooh, that's good to get early on. More morph gained. But yeah, I was talking about my thoughts on the last
A
session.
greater enemy, but also a greater reward.
For the most part, I was okay with. I mean, I would have been happy had we beaten the Prince of Thieves, but you know what? Plenty of time to get to him in the future, and of course, losing gives me an organic way to run into the same area multiple times and clear out some of the random encounters that I need to. But what really surprised me, though, was the first fight when I went as Linda into Barahut, into the desert town, and whoa, I thought maybe I could outrange him, but obviously, one look at this guy and the size of his weapon should have clued me into the fact that his reach is always going to be longer than mine. But yeah, going back to that fight against the first boss in Barahut, what really struck me when I was looking at the footage after the fact was just how hard it hit me and how frustrated I got when I almost won but didn't. And part of that was because, you know, one of those hits, you know, I thought was a bit debatable, but that'll happen in any roguelike. The reason I was surprised by that is because, well, okay, that was horrible. I dodged right into something, and because you only have one dodge, it left me stuck there. And I'm just walking all over into every possible obstacle. Okay, this guy's almost dead. But yeah, what I was saying was, I was surprised by just how hard it hit me because, I mean, I'm not a beginner when it comes to roguelikes. I've been playing them for quite a while, and I also enjoy watching people play roguelikes. And I have to admit, one of my guilty pleasures, when, like, obviously, if I'm watching someone play a roguelike, I'm rooting for them to win. One of my guilty pleasures is seeing how they react when they almost win, but then die right at the end. You know, those really frustrating near misses. And my assumption was, you know, based on, number one, the fact that I've already beaten this game. So I was like, okay, I've already been through the highs and lows once. And number two, I have a self-image, at least I believed myself to be a very cool, calm, collected person. So I was like, okay, you know what, all these other YouTubers, sure, they'll get emotional when they lose a close fight, but I'll be different. I'm obviously gonna be really in control of my emotions the whole time. Of course, I'm gonna be stoic, unlike these other guys. And what happened? The first close loss we had, of course, I ended up getting really frustrated and even raising my voice a little bit, which is a pretty unusual thing for me. And what that taught me was that, number one, maybe I'm not as in command of my emotions as I thought I was. Number two, that this game is obviously a very good game. If it can succeed at pulling me in and being engaging, even having already beaten it, and even going into it as a Let's Player where I'm already, you know, in a very meta mindset and feeling like I'm not gonna be hit by the same emotions multiple times, the emotions nonetheless came up, and in the end you've just got to say hats off to the game, kudos. You succeeded. Like, if any work of art, whether it's a game or a novel or movie or a TV show,
A momentary reprieve and a prize to pick up.
armor and occasionally negates incoming damage sounds like something I really need. But yeah, to complete that thought, I think if any work of art can register on an emotional level for you, make you feel something, it's usually a sign that the artist who made it has succeeded. And in this case, I would say the game definitely a success on that front. Now that doesn't mean I'm gonna enjoy playing as John, it just means that I'm giving credit to the game for being immersive and engaging. There. Now that that's done, we can go back to focusing on the run. We're finding a lot of divine graces. Ooh, and we find another one of these which will fight enemies for us. Although this one's a little less effective because he is a melee enemy, so he has to kind of... He is a melee companion, so he kind of has to chase enemies down. Whereas the ranged one we had when we played as Mark was a little bit more effective at... Although he hits pretty hard, it seems. Maybe that's like one of those... like a pro and con situation. Like, he doesn't have range, but maybe he just hits harder. Ugh, I really wish John had more stamina. Okay. Man, you're gonna have to do me a solid by killing... Ooh, and he swings around and hits people in an area. Now that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for him to take care of those guys. We're finding decent amount of gemstones. Hopefully the shop has something interesting for us. I mean, hopefully we find another gemstone before that, so that we can buy a divine item. We don't have any active items, so that's something to consider. Here's an example of how your build can suddenly change in a roguelike, because now I'm seriously considering that for tough enemies, I'm gonna let this guy do all the damage. Because my main complaint with John was that he's a kind of guy who can block for a bit and tank and stall and hold up enemies, but it really only works if someone else is doing the damage. And finally, we have that missing part of the equation. We have something else to do the damage. Not the kind of damage that a full-on second character would do if you were playing co-op, but pretty good damage nonetheless. And we do not want to be hit by this guy. We do absolutely want our companion hitting him and anyone else, but we don't want to get hit by him. I'm pretty sure he would take out our entire stamina bar in one hit. Let's test that. Well, he took out most of it. Alright. Alright. Almost at the next level. Okay, let's take you out. We have an encounter of some sort above us. These blue doors, that's what they indicate. Could be one of those puzzle rooms. Could be one of these random encounters we've yet to find. Or, I mean, I guess those are really the only two options. I don't know what else I was gonna say. Alright. Let's take this guy down. Can we gain... Okay. Can we regain our dignity, first of all, from having taken that horrible bit of damage? But after that, can we gain something interesting skill-wise? Let's, first of all, upgrade Heaven Strike. We have indeed unlocked your next family trait, which will unlock your runes. And what should we do? Okay, yeah, I definitely want to get this. This is my long-term build for this character. It depends on high crit chance and lots of points in this. And basically calling down Heaven Strike as often as possible. Okay. Yeah, you see what I mean about how, like, you can't even tank for very long. But we are doing good damage. That I'm happy about. Okay. A good amount of that damage is actually coming from our companion, which I'm happy about. We might even be able to beat the boss. Not sure how it's gonna go with John, because he is not very mobile. And if you remember the boss of this area, mobility is key, because he will... One of his attacks is a shockwave that stuns you, and as far as I know, the only way to dodge it is by using the evade. John only has one evade. Alright, let's go up here. What do we have here? Okay, it's the exit. Let's look at...
The shopkeeper said he would like to offer a discount for his rescue, but there had not been many customers lately.
You know what? I'm starting to have my doubts about just how strong this shopkeeper's desire to give us a discount truly is. But you know what? Let's take him at his word for now. And what would we like? This, I don't know. Kill counter rarely gets higher. This does damage. It's a good thing. This is also good. All of these are good, honestly. We right now can't afford a single one of them. But hopefully we find at least one... whoa boy. At least one more gemstone in this floor. Our melee companion... Oh, hi! That was my fault. I neglected to notice that there was a trap thing. It looks like a plant, right? That purple... This thing, right? That explodes. Looks like a mushroom of some kind. Yeah, and then it closes up, and then it has to regain its energy. It seems like a strange form of subterranean plant life. Okay. Let's ooh boy, what's going on back here? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, let's... These guys are easy to deal with as long as you don't fall or don't stay too long on the damaging sigil they summon on the ground. And if you watched the run with Mark, you'll know that one of our attempts to resolve that event where you have to guide the boy back to his mother ended very abruptly because one of those enemies had summoned that you know, that demonic symbol on the ground, and the boy's AI took him right over it and went from full health to no health in essentially like what felt like a second, maybe a second and a half. And there was another moment where I got a little bit frustrated at the game. Whether we buy a Grace or whether we open this depends on what we find in the rest of the floor. Whether we have enough gemstones to buy something from the shop, or whether we want to open that. You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and open this because we do want money as well. Greatly increase crit chance and damage at the cost of a slow, constant drain of health. I don't think so. Maybe against the boss, like right before going in, or right after going in, so that, you know, we're still at max health. But it's not something I'm gonna use right now. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, I'll take you out. There's another one of you. Another one of you. Okay, my stamina ran out again. That's sad. Okay, what's going on up here? What kind of challenge is this? Oh, we get a divine relic. Let me... Did I get hit by one of those? That's annoying if I did. Yeah, one pretty effective tactic is to just hold still, let enemies bash into your shield, take a bit of thorns damage, and let our melee companion do a bit of damage to them. Take him out, come on! You're not going after the right people, man. Okay, this is possibly the last wave. Now you did good work. You did good work there, melee companion, but we are not done yet. Okay. Have we won? No. Have we won now? Yes, we have. Okay. What do we get for all that? We get whatever this is. I can't see what it is. Oh, it's a... You had to open it. Throw an explosive that inflicts fire damage. Alright. I am on board with that. We have plenty of healing on the ground, so I'm not too upset about the damage we took. There was another event, wasn't there? Yes. I was hoping to level up before going in, but doesn't look like... Oh, I didn't mean to pick up that health, but I think I got thrown a bit by the gravity trap. Okay. Alright. We have no gemstones to spend at the shop, and I'm going the wrong way. We need to go up here. Hopefully it's... Okay.
Sweat dripped from the man's brow, his stamina fading in his final stand to protect his family. Were such trials worth the promise of a safe haven?
This one is actually a little bit tough. Mainly because of this brute enemy we're fighting. Although our melee companion has done an excellent job taking out all the ranged guys. All we need to do is avoid taking fatal damage these last few seconds. And we did it. Nice. Let's smash a few pots as part of our victory celebration. Alright, well, now let's talk to you.
Through labored breath, the man gave his thanks and said a prayer for his good fortune.
Thanks, man. Oh yes, and we also get a souvenir. A wooden bat. Nice. We'll look for that in the house when we get back there. Looks like there's another small area off to the side here, but it just ends without anything. Nothing left to do but to go. Okay. Well, that was pretty productive. We found good active items. We're close to another level. Okay, what? Took out all of our stamina. Hang on. What is hitting us? Excuse me? I feel like our stamina in this specific instance disappeared a lot quicker than I was expecting. Alright, let's just gather ourselves, because we are ready to, or we're gonna be ready to level up pretty soon. Alright. Primary attack siphons stamina. I mean, that it doesn't even sound that useful. I know I'm constantly complaining about stamina going down, but I don't think this is going to be an effective way of getting it back. Primary attack is not my preferred method of dealing damage. Now, I know we don't have a lot of... Excuse me, I'm trying to get this. I know we don't have a lot of crit chance yet, but I am going to start investing in this just to start building John towards this type. Meaning, his way of doing lots of damage will be hoping to land crits and hoping one of those crits resets the cooldown on Heaven Strike. Because if we can start doing that consistently enough, and it doesn't even have to happen that often, just once in a while an extra Heaven Strike would make a huge difference in any combat. And I need to start using my, well, not like that. I was gonna say I need to start using my, relics, but neither of those was particularly effective. Oh yeah. And you can tell when Heaven Strike has gone off cooldown by the symbol that appears in the bottom left. Uh-oh, I evaded right into that attack. Which is another fun thing that you can do to yourself in combat games like this. Alright. Alright. Concentrating a little bit here. I wish my companion would do a better job of seeking out enemies that are far away. He's done a pretty good job, but now instead of going, you know, further to the right, he's just gonna come back to me. Now, how am I gonna approach this? This is not a good battleground for me. Okay, that is reasonably well played. Okay, that was good. I liked how I handled that. Deus Gladius. Primary attack casts Heaven Strike on a critical hit. That sounds really good. That I'm gonna save for the final boss. Primary attack has a chance to release Mark's Guardian Fist. That also sounds really good. It seems one of my main reasons for taking damage is going out of defensive mode to cast Heaven Strike while there are ranged enemies around. So that's something I need to be mindful of. I nearly took that hit for no reason. Can we get some healing back? Okay, this is not a good trap layout. I know there were ranged enemies here, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Let's... Oh no! Why? I wish your stamina would recover quicker. What does this do? Lower prices! That actually could be pretty good. Again, would have been nice to get that early on. But oh well. This... What do we have here? A new codex entry. The Elixir of Camellia. Okay. Leaves. Okay. A miraculous tree. These trees used to... Interesting. Seems that... Oh, I guess we can take another look at that. It's about some sort of healing elixir that is obtained from ingredients gotten through this tree. So that is good to know. Let's see, what else do we find here? Increase gemstone drop chance, decrease morph drop chance. I'll pick it up to get the codex entry, but I'd rather hold on to this because it might be useful in the boss fight. Again, I noticed that spider shooting from the bottom. Look at how slowly your stamina regenerates. To be an effective tank, it's gotta be at least twice as fast as that. Because right now, he's like a baby. Like, you punch him and he just goes down after one hit. Alright, let's look. I guess we'll take this obelisk before the boss fight. We have 2 chests. Tempted to open both of them, and I might even do that, but it would be irresponsible to not at least see what's in the shop. Increased primary attack damage. I don't think I'm going to be using a lot of primary attacks on the boss. Turn owned gemstones to morph. Do I want to do that? No, I would rather use my gemstones to open those 2 chests. Okay, let's carry on. Let us carry on. Hopefully we can find something interesting in the last few areas of this zone. Oh, we're gonna get a bit of a kill bonus. Oh, even a better kill bonus because we managed to get 20 kills. 25. And we even get another gemstone. Took a bit of damage, wasn't too happy about that. But that was a nice little bonus we got. Alright. Hopefully we find healing. We'll get healing from the boss, before the boss fight, right? From Riker. Okay. Getting a bit quiet again because I really don't want to take bad damage in what I'm sure is the last... again, these ranged guys, they plink away at me and they do it every time. And that was a horrible use of that relic there. It is hard to use with a controller, in my defense. And another gemstone. Uh-oh. Yet another gemstone. Okay. Things are looking pretty good, actually. And just don't take bad damage. I'll wait until we've cleared the entire area before I open those, because there might be healing in them. And yes, we got healing from you, so that takes a bit of the pressure off. Let's just go around, make sure we're not leaving gold on the ground. I have on occasion just left stuff lying on the ground, and it always makes me sad when I watch the video in editing. That's another thing that has surprised me, because often when I watch roguelikes, or watch people playing roguelikes, I'll see them leave stuff on the ground, and it always irritates me. I mean, I'll never say anything about it, but in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, you know what, if that was me, of course, I would have found everything, because I'm thorough. But once again, I have been forced to come to a rude awakening, thanks to the evidence presented to me by this series, because I have on numerous occasions just left stuff on the ground, and some of it was really obvious. Like, I'm like, how did I miss that? Okay. Okay, I need to stop taking this horrible damage. We have a lot of gemstones. We're gonna be able to do some fun stuff. Oh, I dodged that. I was lucky. Probably didn't deserve to get away with that, but I'm not gonna complain. Okay, and you do take the damage if the enemy entirely gets through your last bit of stamina. So that is good to know. Okay, once again, concentration mode. Okay. Again. It goes away so quickly, his stamina. And what are you doing?
Something more sinister will be appearing soon.
So we're gonna be... Okay, that was a horrible use of that. But we should be fighting a couple of elites, and we should actually be leveling up. That is really cool. Okay, I'm gonna wait for my guy here, or I guess I'll do it myself. What does this do? Primary attack. Consume stamina to deal additional damage. I mean, I'll pick that up just because we need the codex entry. But that I don't know how I feel about that. Okay.
Had they only been quicker.
Okay, yep. That is of course the cue from the narrator that we've got an extra enemy to fight over there. I'm just gonna... What are you doing, my melee companion? You gotta go forward. Okay, I think that grenade did hit you. Okay, and you got stuck. Much to your chagrin. But I am roaming around freely, and you are down. Okay. I mean, I'll take that for the codex entry, but I don't want to lose max health either. I'll take that. Okay. There are gonna be a bunch of these summoners. I guess a lot of them got killed by that totem we threw down, because there's supposed to be 5 of those. Right, what's in here? Faith. That's one of the documents. It's from someone by the name of Eve. An Idaea hasn't been seen in centuries, but the tale of her promised land survived on tongues of priests and hopeful people. I don't know if this promised land exists, but I mean, yeah. It was about not losing hope. And there are people praying, it seems, in a pool of water. And hopefully their prayers are answered. Because it does look like we need some divine help. What I'm gonna do is, we've got 9 gemstones. Time to run around. Well, first let's deal with these guys. I'm gonna open all of my chests. What do we get? Increased dodge chance. I like the sound of that. I'm not even gonna pick up the other charm, because I've decided I don't actually want health drain. Because I just know that it's one of those things where I would be being too clever for my own good, and it would somehow end up you know, I would end up regretting it. And last one is this. More money. Another animal treat. And now we have 6. And what I think I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go to the end. I'm not gonna buy any charms or relics, or any graces or relics. Even though a couple of these look good. I'm gonna buy this one, the Gemstone Transmorvifier. Interesting name. And I'm gonna use it. And I'm gonna see how much we get. We've got 6,895. Oh, 394. Okay, it tells you exactly. And you know what? I'm happy with that trade. More money to spend on upgrades. And oh, by the way, it doesn't just reset the cooldown, but it also means that the next attack of this kind will be a guaranteed critical hit. So it is actually a really good way to do effective damage. And we're done. We just need to go. Yeah. Will we beat the boss? It would be nice if we did. But our main goal was to get extra encounters. We got one of those, so our objective is fulfilled. Let's just see if we can get a bit of extra bonus in the form of the experience and gold from winning this fight. Uh-oh. Ah, see, we got... I used my dodge for, I used my dodge for getting out of the way of another attack, and then his shockwave hit me. Okay. And once again... Yeah, we're going down. Yeah, we're going down. I'm not too surprised about that. It is very difficult to fight this guy with only one dodge.
The strain of carrying a light of Rhea is something Mary often hid, but even the strongest must rest.
Alright. Got the new souvenir, the wooden bat. Let's see if we can find where exactly it is. And I think I see it. If you can see on the left, this is what it looks like, and it is in the top left room between the two flower pots. It's in the room where Kevin is dashing around. And we've got a bunch of money. I do want to continue improving this. And I will even save the rest of my money to get further progress on that. I want to get maximum experience as soon as possible. Alright, let's take a look around before we call an end to this video. We have Uncle Ben in the workshop, although it looks like he might be taking a nap. We've got Mary, she's all rested up, she's in the kitchen again. We've got Riker and the cat. You know, the cat, as always, is messing with Riker's tail. Riker occasionally perking up and letting the cat know what he thinks. We've got Mark doing some stretches in his room. Grandma Margaret, as always, in her usual spot. Kevin, we just looked at. Linda and Lucy are giving the fish some company. Where exactly is John? He is outside, sharpening his blade. Okay. I think that's everybody accounted for, and I think, on that note, I'm gonna close off this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll join me for the next one, which is when I think we are gonna make another attempt at the first zone in the second chapter. So, until then, take care.